Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a WIP and chat. I'm going to be continuing to work on the diamond painting of this image here. And if you haven't seen one of my previous WIP and chats, this is called Almost Winter by Leonid Afremov. It's a cross-stitch pattern that I got from Heaven and Earth Designs that I paid $6 for. I bought the canvas from AliExpress from some place called Homo, and I paid $9.13 on the canvas. And then I got my drills from Home Fun, and I paid $27.73 for the drills. And this total of this should be a 53.75 by 81.25 in centimeters. And this thing has 87 colors. And I've already worked on it for a couple days. This is all the days that I've worked on it. And I did replace some of the DMCs with AB drills of my own. Well, everything is my own, right? So I'm using this app here called Pattern Keeper to keep track of the diamond painting, or keep track of the pattern. And in this one here, well, right now it says I'm 46.51% done. Woo! This is a bigger diamond painting. If you follow my channel, you might notice I don't do that many of the big diamond paintings. I do some, but I don't do a lot of them. So yeah, this has taken me a while. And I'm using this Pattern Keeper on, this app is called Pattern Keeper. I will link the app below. Yeah, I should link it. I just pretty much copy and paste all my things from my previous WIP and chat. And I'm using it on my computer using a Android simulator. So, and I'm mainly doing it on my computer just to have the bigger screen. And plus I could put, I have 8 of these 10 by 10 squares here, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. The 10 by 10 squares. I'm like trying to think of how, see, every time I change which square I'm doing, like I have like so many things on my table that I'm just like, what am I gonna do? So I do time myself when I'm doing these. I'm gonna cut this out first. I sometimes ponder, like, what do I include in the timing? Usually the first one that I cut, I don't include the cutting part. But I go to another section, I usually will not bother turning off my timer. So yes, I am using a blank canvas for this here, and I'm not sure, you might be able to tell, but every 10 squares there is a darker line on the canvas, but I like to make it even darker. It helps me find the square I need to go on faster. And yes, I know it's not straight. I could get a ruler, but every time I've tried that, like, the ruler just ends up sticking on the canvas, and it's just more effort than it's worth. So this should be a relatively easy section. It's just coming down from this tree trunk, so a large amount of it will just probably be black. So I probably will finish this relatively quickly, maybe, possibly, hope. So, and since there is going to be a lot of color blocking, I'm going to use this tray here. It's not the best for putting back, so this is the Add More Zest tray. So thank you to Jeanette for sending this to me to try out. And oh yeah, I should start the timer. I'm going to do this one first. 738. So the app does highlight where it is on the pattern. I actually think, in the whole scope of things, with this diamond painting, or this pattern having 87 colors, and some of the symbols are very, like, strange, that I don't even think there's letters. I know there's some numbers, but I actually think using the Pattern Keeper app makes it go faster. So I'm just going to use this pen here. I got this from AliExpress. It's one of my lighter weight pens, because that's one of my things. This is why I'm not using my metal multi-placers anymore. I was just finding them just too heavy. Like after a while, I'm just like, it was just too heavy. I might go back to it periodically because the metal ones are just so much more sturdy. Oops. So much sturdier. But for now, I'm going back to my, oh, that one's a trash drill. I'm just gonna go back to my plastic multi-placers. Unfortunately, now I don't have the many versions of, you know what? Actually, I think at some point I bought, or I got one of those multi-packs of plastic multi-placers that had like a, you know, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 multi-placer. I just have to find it. I have a hard time keeping my accessories sometimes because I'm like kind of just plunk them anywhere. But there should just be in, there should only be a certain amount of places where I have them. But either way, the plastic multi-placers do wear out a little bit faster than the metal ones. The metal ones barely wear out, but it's just that they're so heavy. So, and I've been using this pen because this pen is much lighter, much lighter than something like this. So, but yeah, it's just more recently I was like, you know, these pens are just so heavy. and it's one of those ones where like after you've been using the metal multi-placers and then you go back to one of these, these seem so much lighter. I wonder if it's like, you know how you have athletes do resistance training? I don't know if it's called resistance training, where they're wearing like weighted vests and stuff and weighted weights on their legs and things like that, so that during the race they don't wear them and they're so much faster. I'm wondering if that's the same thing. I got used to the metal multi-placers and the heavier pens, and then I went back to these lighter pens, and now it's so much faster. No, it just seems so much lighter because I've already built up my diamond painting muscles. Yes, we'll call it the diamond painting muscles to diamond paint faster. That's what we'll call using the heavier pens. We'll call it training. Call it resistance training. So I've had this, so since this is a big canvas, I've been having the part that you don't see go across my table. So it's like was on my lap. So for a while, this part here was kind of bent over the side of my table. So it's not, maybe I should have smoothed it out a little bit, but I'm like, I could kind of see where it's a little bit kind of wavy because it's been like on the side of my desk for a while. It's so much easier when the stuff is multi-place. All right, so I did 2 WIP and chats last week. I'm planning to only do this one WIP and chat this week. Friday's video should be a kitting up. I haven't chosen what I'm going to kit up yet. I was like, maybe I should just do another WIP and chat and get through more of this. And I was like, no, I need to kit up. It's been like 2 weeks since I kit up. Yes, I think there is like kit up withdrawal. Even though I did not finish anything, because last week all I worked on was really this diamond painting. I did not work on anything else, and that's probably why I finished 45% of this thing. But I think after this WIP and chat, this might be where I kind of stop and I'm going to go work on something else. So these bigger ones I do kind of do in installments. I don't do them all at once, because there's a point where you just have to take a break and do something else. Although I've been really enjoying this one. I don't know why. I've been really enjoying doing this one, and that's why I just got a whole bunch of it done. Am I on the right square? Yeah. It's this one here. So I've gotten a lot of this done, but I think I'm going to go work on something else after. This might be the last square I do for this portion of this diamond painting, and then I'm going to put it away. I was actually thinking, like, since this is like the new section, I was going to do the last square rectangle all the way over there, but I finished it yesterday. I was like, oh well. I finished it last night. It was one of those, like, I was like, I have a little bit more time. I could do another one. So I went and did the other one. But yeah, I think I need to go work on something else after this. So I don't know what I'll work on yet. That's why I have lots of things kitted up. Oh no, wait, I have one diamond painting that's in my other diamond painting area. I don't actually normally diamond paint in this room. This is usually just my recording room. And then on the other side of the room is where I do my work from home for my normal job. Is this a job? I get money for it, so I guess it kind of feels jobby. But yeah, I normally work in a different room. But for this one, and I think for my big ones, I might just do it in this room just because my table here is bigger. My table that I normally diamond paint on is much smaller, so it's easier to work on these bigger ones on this bigger table. It's just my other table, I can put it in front of my big TV, so I have a TV that I play in front of it when it's in my living room. So I normally diamond paint there. But these bigger ones, I feel like it's a little easier with this bigger table, so I think this might be where I work on my bigger ones, which I do very, very little of them. But I do have the Dreamer Designs diamond painting that I kitted up, I don't know, like a month ago. Was it a month ago? That's a 60 by 80 that I think when I start working on it, I'll work on it here. Maybe that's what I'll do my next WIP and chat. That diamond painting, possibly. We will see. We'll see what I feel like doing next. I usually have I sometimes have like 2 or 3 diamond paintings going on at once. Like, yeah. I have, like I said, I'm almost done with the diamond painting that's on my other table. I'm almost done with that one. So I might finish that this week and then figure out what to work on next. But yeah, this week, what did I do? Since I did 2 WIP and chats last week, I'm like, ugh. Last one I did was like Tuesday, recorded for me Tuesday. It's Sunday. So I finally got approval to do one of my recruitments. It was one of those ones I sent it in the beginning of the month, and then I was like, oh, okay, I thought things were happening, and then nope, it got stuck on someone's desks. Well, someone's email, I guess. Things used to be stuck on people's desks. Now they get stuck in limbo in emails. And I really don't like emails sometimes. Like, messages can get completely lost when you have all this other junk coming to you. Yeah. And now that I get so many emails, it's horrible. But yeah, things just got stuck, and yeah, it's much later than I want it to be, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. And so this is like my first position that I'm going through full recruitment. The other ones that I had appointed, it was people that was recommended by people. So this one I'm actually going through full recruitment, so it'll be posted somewhere in some job place. You know what's sad is, okay, so I'm like, I'm not a recruiter. I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing. I know what qualifications I want and I'll be able to interview and all that. But when I got like the message from the recruitment people, and then one of the questions was like, where do you want this posted? And I'm like, I don't know. Where do you normally post it? Just post it there. But I did write, but they gave me this list, this like this really long list of where you could like post jobs, and there was just, it was so overwhelming, like the list of where you could post jobs. And yeah, I ended up just posting it based off of the job title where they said that these things normally go, and I'm like, okay, whatever happened to just, isn't that, I was thinking in my brain, isn't that your job? You're supposed to figure out where it gets posted, but I don't know. But there's just so many different types of people working at my workplace, like in just the whole group, that I could see why. I mean, I'm in the science part, but there's all the admin part, there's all the paper pusher people, you know, all the policy people. It's like, so it's I could see why they want to know from me where I want it posted, but it's just one of those like things I just never really thought about, you know. It just gets posted somewhere and people apply, and then I get my applicants. And because my previous job, I had also my where I worked before, I was also supervisor there, and I did interview and hire several people. But see, I was just like, here, this is what I want to recruit for, and then the recruitment people knew what they were doing, and I didn't go as far as, I just waited for names to pop up at me and applications to pop up, and I'm like, okay, that's what I was expecting. But I guess this where I'm at now, it's just a little bit more hands-on. It's nicer because it's kind of nice because, you know, I get the full process, but then I'm like, I don't know where to post these things. Whatever happened to just Craigslist or something? Yes, I know. And see, the thing is, I can't even use my own experience from like why I applied for this place, because I knew someone who worked there, and they are the ones who forwarded me the job information. So I don't have this whole like, where did I see the job listing thing? So yes. I even asked the other person that started working there like just a few months before me, and because see, that's the thing, we have so few new people that I'm just like, where'd you find this job? And I know we already post to a bunch of universities, like university job sites or whatever, so at least I know that those are automatic, but everything else I'm like, But yeah, no, the other person was just like, after a particularly bad day at my previous job, I just went and Googled blah 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 jobs, and that's when I found it. And she thought it was a sign that because she was living in a different part of Washington, and apparently this is where she was from, so like where my work is now, so she thought it was a sign that she should apply for it, because when she had a particularly bad day, she went and Googled jobs, and this place showed up and she liked it because it's where she grew up, so it got her to move back home kind of thing. And I was like, that's such a great story, mine's boring. but yeah, that doesn't work out anyway either, for like, where should I post it? we'll see. I kind of already have some internal candidates that I kind of want to hire. So even if I don't get many outside candidates, it'll be fine. I said I already have some internal ones that I want to hire. It might be better, because, you know, sometimes when you have some other person off the street, you don't know them, right? While the folks that are internal, you've worked with them, maybe not in the same role, but at least you've worked with them and you know their work ethic and their capabilities. But yeah, that'll be entertaining, maybe. I swear, all I feel like I'm doing in this job is like all this admin stuff that popped up just recently because people are retiring, we're gonna have so many retirements. It's gonna be crazy because I think it's the baby boomers that's who they're saying is retiring. All the baby boomers are retiring, so there's going to be all these openings for their positions and things like that. And I'm not the only one. I was talking to other people, some other managers, and they were like, yep. Like, I know this one manager, he's already had to replace like 3 people because 3 people retired from his group last year. Oh no, it was just earlier this year. It was not last year. It was like the first part of 2022. And I'm like, yeah, I already had 1 retirement. So, and I'm pretty sure 1 person is going to retire next year. And I know the other person said she's going to retire in 2024. Like, and she already has her plan. She has like her game plan already. So I believe that. And then another person said she's probably going to retire also in 2024. So yeah. So that's all I'm looking forward to, everyone retiring. I'm trying to get the other person in my group. I was like, you know, blah, blah, blah is retiring and blah, blah, blah is retiring. I'm going to need you to help out in the interviews. And see, the thing is, like, scientists, we tend to be kind of introverted people. And I think that's probably why I was the only person in my group that applied for the supervisor position, because the ones that were probably not, that could do it, didn't have enough experience. So, you know, like personality wise. And so it was just pretty much me, and then the other folks were retiring, and then probably the only person in the group that had the experience, she was like, nope. But she's the one that I'm trying to be like, you know, you need to, I think I'm just giving you warning now, because I know it's not good, really your things that you want to do, but these 3 people are retiring. So, I mean, I could put them on the interview panels, but in the whole scope of things, they're only going to work with this person possibly like 1 or 2 years. And then we will be the ones stuck with this person. So it might be good for you to be in the interview process so that you can kind of help me pick our new co-workers, because that's the thing. Like, I was like, we can have the folks that are on their way out interview, and that's fine. They'll be perfectly good interviewers, but don't you want to help in choosing your future coworkers? So I was just kind of warning her, because I know she doesn't like doing it. She gets kind of nervous, and she says, I'm probably going to be, because I asked her to do one earlier, and she's like, no, I think I might be more nervous than the candidates. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to convince her to work herself up towards it, because at some point it's going to be, she's going to be she's going to be the most experienced person in the group, and it'd be good to have her in the interview. But no, I was just warning her. I was like, yeah, I know it's not what you want to really do. Because yeah, I'm gonna have, I'm going through, I have to do the paperwork for another recruitment after this too. I just wanted to get through this one first and then know the process and then do the next one so that I know the process. And I kind of wanted there to be a little bit of between time, so I'm not recruiting for 2 positions at the same time. Well, I'll still be recruiting for 2 positions, but there'll be a little bit of a break between them, hopefully. So I'm gonna figure this one out, and I've already hopefully put this one through, and then I'll put the next one through, and hopefully the next one won't be stuck in someone's inbox for a while. But I think I have to learn that after a week, I need to go start, like, asking. I was like, what's up? I haven't heard anything about this. And that's the problem when I'm in a remote location where headquarters is somewhere else. You can't just, like, pass by their desk and be like, so, I sent you an email about this. Nope. The only way to message them is to send them another email, which sucks because the first email is also where you're like, okay, I don't know, did they get this first email? Yeah. All right. So next weekend is actually Labor Day weekend in the US, so I'll have a 3-day weekend, but I am also taking Thursday and Friday off. I'm gonna go visit my sister. It's my mom's birthday, so on Thursday, which is tomorrow for you because this is gonna be posted on Wednesday. So yeah, September 1, my mom's birthday. It's actually my dad's birthday too, but my dad's in the Philippines. But yeah, my mom's with my sister right now, so I'll get to visit. My niece, I did see my niece had her, my sister's been taking, she got like these nice blocks from one of her friends for the baby shower where it has like, it says something like months, and then you could turn the block around and there's, or like there's like, and then there's another block that has numbers and you can turn the block around, and she's been taking pictures with the numbers. So she just did the 5-month pictures. So yeah, my niece is 5 months already. Well, a little bit more now. So it'll be nice to visit again. So it'll be an extra long weekend for me next week. Although, I mean, this weekend are apparently, so all the other supervisors at my location, they all are out last Thursday to this coming Monday. So guess who was in charge? Me. I was telling everyone, I was like, please, no one get positive for COVID. No one do because you know, if someone gets positive for COVID, you have to do the stupid COVID protocols. It's not stupid, but it's tedious. I have to do the contact tracing, and then rooms that they're in have to be closed, and it's a lot of effort. And then so I was like, please, no one be positive, because yeah, all the other times at least the lab director was in, so he was the one doing it. I just notified him. But yeah, with the lab director and the other supervisor out. Guess who was in charge? Me. So, but yeah, I was in charge for like, well, at least up to tomorrow, or tomorrow for me, which is Monday, but that will have passed for you. And I'm like, this is the stuff I signed up for, right? This is what I signed up for. All right, so I think I'm done with talking about my work. So we'll go into questions. I think I need a drink of water. Okay, so Celine asked, okay, so this was in my unboxing for some storage I got from Amazon, and she was wondering how many small Tic Tac containers fit in the box. Well, that box is actually the same as this box here. Whoop, this box here, which I have Tic Tac containers on, and I'm pretty sure you could fit 120 because you could fit 60 of the big Tic Tac containers, so you should fit 120 of the small containers. But you could probably take out one of the middle, if you don't have the little barriers, the little like dividers in this thing, you could probably fit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So you could probably fit 126 of the small Tic Tac containers in there. I haven't tested it out on that specific box, but it was pretty much the same as this one. Thank you, Celine, for your question. Sarah asked, what kind of diamond art pens, pens do you have? And how many do you have? What's your favorite pen to use? I have no idea how many pens I have. I'm not the pen crazy. Well, I don't know if that, I'm not pen crazy. I'm storage crazy. Like the diamond painting storage, I have tons of. Diamond painting pens, I don't actually go that crazy for them. So I do have several of like, so this is my main pens that I use. So I have this wood pen here that I got off of Etsy. It's the only pen I've gotten off of Etsy. I paid probably like $20 or $25 for this. It's actually relatively lightweight. This is the reason I got the wood pen, is that they're lighter weight than like these pens here. But this one did not fit my hand well. I have small hands and this is just too big for my hand. So, and then after I bought this, I was like, you know what? Buying the pens off of Etsy without me holding them and things like that is probably not the way I should go. And this is probably the most expensive pen I bought. It's, like I said, I paid like $20 or $25 for it. After that, all I get are these cheaper pens that you could just buy. I think I got these two from AliExpress. These are actually my favorite of these plastic pens because they're light and they were cheap. So, but it's like when you buy pens, sometimes you get things like this. This one is really pretty, but it's heavy. So compared to that. And then this one, I think I just got from like places, you know, like one of the budget diamond painting companies. I have several of these that I just have them in different places. And this one is pretty heavy. So and I've also kind of been not using it. Have you noticed I've used this? This is actually one of my favorite pens. I got this off of AliExpress like a long time ago, and it's really light. The reason I stopped using them is when I started using the metal multi-placers, it breaks them because it's just not strong enough to hold the metal multi-placers. Because I've broken a couple with the metal multi-placers. So I stopped using it because I was using the metal multi-placers. But ever since then, but I've just recently, this past like 2 weeks, went back to using the plastic multi-placers because, yeah, no, I'm just saying the metal multi-placers are heavy, but I have like 2 of them. Well, I have a couple more, but the other ones broke and I threw them away. But yeah, no, these ones are my favorite ones so far. And I think I got them for like $1.50 each or something. because they're just really light. I don't remember where I got them on AliExpress. And like I said, this is a preference. Maybe other people don't mind the heavy pens. I do. And my mom, this is what my mom does. She has, this is just the regular pen here, the regular pen that comes free with diamond paintings, and then we put 3 squishies on it. We actually have to cut off sometimes, depending on how long the pen is, one of the segments of the squishies. But this is what my mom uses. She uses a regular diamond painting pen that you get free with kits, and then she puts the 3 squishies, and then she has just the regular tip and then the 4-placer. And that's what my mom uses, because she's like, everything else is heavy, and this is really, really light. I think I just got used to slightly wider pens, so I was trying to use this one, but then I think I got used to the wider pen, so I've been using this one more. But yeah, I don't go crazy about the pens, so I don't have a massive pen stash or anything. And like I said, the only diamond painting pen that I spent a significant amount of money for was the wood pen. And then back when I first started, these other pens were not cheap. You had to buy them. They were still about like $20 for the ones that you could just buy off that now for like $3. So the first couple pens I bought were probably about like $15-20. But the wood pen was the only like specialty one that I guess I bought. I feel like it's a specialty one that I bought off of Etsy. I did buy a clay pen off of Etsy, but they were really cheap too, and I did like them. But yep, that's my pen. My favorite really is just this one. It's just because of how light it is, and it's wide enough for me, but not too wide because I have small hands. Let's see. It's here. All right. Thank you, Sarah. Colleen asked, what's a good sealer for diamond painted keychains? I don't know if it's a good sealer, but I've just been using Krylon Glitter Blast Clear Sealer. That's so far my favorite of the spray sealers. I was like, I have one in this room, so this is what I've been using mostly for my diamond painting. It's supposed to be a glitter sealer, and I think it really works well for my spray sealers, because since I guess it's used for glitter, it helps it so that the glitter stays on there, so it helps also that the drills will be, after it cures, it actually kind of keeps the drills pretty well in place. Thank you, Colleen, for your question. So, Only Marin asked me, what does your mom do if she runs out of drills while she's visiting your sister? Maybe she doesn't run out of drills. So, I don't know. She has not complained to me that she dropped drills and wasn't able to finish anything. So, either because when she was with me and if she dropped drills, she wouldn't pick them off the floor. She'd throw them away. Well, and then just ask me to give her drills for my stash. And I don't know. My mom, like I said, my mom has not complained that she ran out of drills or anything while she's been at my sister's house. So yeah, I haven't asked her. But my guess is if she really did drop them, she'd ask me to bring some the next time I come, because she does know that I keep the spare drills, and she knows I do have a good chunk of them. But she has plenty of diamond paintings to work on, so I think even if she paused in one, she has another one to work on. Although she's been kind of not doing as many diamond paintings. I think she just did too many in a row. Like, she was really she was just doing like a diamond painting every other day kind of thing. Like she was finishing one every other day. So I think she just did too many, and now she's taking a break. So thank you, Only Marin. Okay, Leandri, I'm probably saying your name wrong. Asked what size baggies do I use. This is in one of my kitting downs, and I do use 2 by 3 inch bags because that's the normal one, the normal size you could find in the US, and that fit in my boxes. If it was up to me, if I was able to find it, I would use probably like 6 by 10 centimeter bags or something, or 6 by 9 centimeter bags. I think those are actually a really good size for bags, but they're just not available in the US as the thicker size. So I just use 2 by 3 because that's what's available, 2 by 3 inches. So thank you, Leandri. Tina, let's see. It's a longer message. Thank you for enjoying my WIP and chat. Let's see. She says, I have short sausage fingers and arthritis and cannot hold the big fat pens. Do you know where I could find some pretty skinny pens? So like in my previous answer to about my pens, I don't really get that many pens. I know my mom, my mom's fingers are a little bit bigger than mine, and they're shorter, so maybe, and unfortunately it's not pretty, but this is what my mom uses. It's skinny, it has, like I said, it's light, and when I gave my mom one of these before, and she was like, I still like this one the best. So this is what I would recommend. Maybe you could get one with some nice squishies or something, but I don't know about what is, although I probably need the skinny pens also, because like I said, the one time I bought from Etsy, I feel like they're just too wide for me. That one was too wide for me. And because I have small hands, like when I wear the gloves for my work, the lab gloves, I always wear size small. I could actually fit size XS also in the gloves. It's just that my fingers are too long, I guess. So sometimes it just be too, my fingers would just be a little too long for those, but I do have small hands otherwise. So yeah, I don't know, other than this, something like this, which it's not pretty, but you could get these squishies in different colors. Like this is the, I think this is a Diamond Art Club color. You could get them in purple and the regular blue ones, and I think I have like some orange and red ones too. So and if this was just a little bit wider, this is probably what I would use. This, because I got used to the slightly wider pens, but this is a nice, really skinny pen. So this might be what works for you, because this is what my mom does. This is what my mom prefers. Even after I tried giving her some of the wider ones, she's like, no, they're too heavy. And she's like, this is the one I like. So this might just be what you end up needing to use. Something like this. So let's see. Did I just switch to this pen? All right. Finished that color. This one might be a shorter one because I think this was easier section. We will see. 3799. Nope. See, my main trash is just me like finding random drills. on my canvas because, you know, I didn't put it away well. Okay, let's see. So Barbara asked, so she had 4 different colors missing from a kit from Gbfke, and asked, how will she know how many to order? That will be a little difficult. If she needs to order from somewhere, how does she know how many to order? That's a little difficult without a inventory sheet, and that's why I kind of like the inventory sheets. But have you tried asking Gbfke to send you the drills? I had one time prior to having my channel, they one time sent me the wrong diamond painting, and they did send me the correct one after I contacted them. So have you tried contacting them and see if they would give you the kit, another kit? Sometimes they'll just send you the whole kit again instead of trying to send you the drills. But yeah, I don't know how to tell you how many you would need, unless it's one of those ones where it says how many drills there are. So yeah, other than you kind of just looking at the canvas and guessing, like giving an estimate of how many you need to get, I don't know how to figure that out. But I haven't had to worry really about, if you've seen my kitting downs, I don't worry about running out of drills. If I run out of drills, I run out of drills. I have plenty in my stash. But if you don't have those particular, or if you don't have the exact ones that are on that you need, you could always just look through like a DMC, closest DMC substitute, and probably substitute them with a close enough DMC if you don't have the certain ones. But yeah, no, I don't know how you would figure out how many you need to order. And I don't know, I've heard that there are Facebook groups that possibly give some like drills, like if you need them. But yeah, I wouldn't know how many you would need other than you guessing how many you need. If it's like the predominant background color, you probably need like 1,000 or something or more. But yeah, like I said, I don't think there's any real way other than estimating. And I'm really bad at estimating. Like I would look at it like, I don't know. I'd probably just diamond paint the whole thing and then just... No, I see, I probably would have the drills in my stash. Or I would have a similar color in my stash. So yeah, sorry Barbara, don't know how to help you there in that question. Let's see. So Kimberly asked, how do you keep the wax in the pens for diamond paintings? The wax keeps coming out somehow. So I don't know what kind of drills you're using, but I've noticed that if you're diamond painting AB drills, they will pull out your wax. So the best thing to use is actually older wax. The newer the wax is, the more likely it's too sticky, it gets pulled out by the AB drills. Now, if you're just having that problem with regular drills, I don't know, let's see, what would pull out your wax? I'm wondering if your wax is too old or dried out and it's just pulling it out. I don't really have that much of a problem with wax being pulled out, unless I was diamond painting with AB drills. But I have recently started just using I've been pretty much been using double-sided tape in my diamond painting pens, and I've been really liking it. I even use the double-sided tape in my single placers. It's a little harder to put them in than in the multi-placers. But yeah, I don't know. Like, have you tried when you put the wax in, and if you notice the wax keeps getting pulled out, maybe your wax is too clean, and like try dirtying it up. Like, sometimes that's what I do. I like, after I put the wax in, I'm like, okay, let's dirty this up, and perhaps after you dirty up your wax, it'll not come out so much anymore. But I have pretty much until this point where I'm using the double-sided tape in my multi-placers and I have pretty much been using pink wax, and I have not liked anything other than this double-sided tape as much as the pink wax. So like, I didn't really like the blue tack because sometimes the blue tack would get stuck onto the drills, and then I have this like disgusting blue tack on it, and the museum putty did the same thing. The glue dots I could not get to work on my multi-placer. Like, I've tried, and it just didn't work. And it would just always pull out of my multi-placers. But I'm really liking this double-sided tape on my multi-placers. And I don't feel like I'm having the same, like, weird issues as with everything else, so. And then, you know, I might end up going back to pink wax. because that's always my go back to. Alright, Kimberly, perhaps just dirty up your wax a little bit, or try another plate, because some of them just are not that, some of the wax are not that good. Oh man, I only needed one. Why did I pour out this much? Alright, thank you, Kimberly. Let's see. Mystical Fairy asked, did you add a battery to the clock? If it's in this FG normal, yes, I did. There is a battery in the clock. It's actually up on my wall right now. It kind of I actually have like 2 clocks that I did from these diamond painting companies that have the ticking clock, and I could hear them tick because when I have like nothing turned on at all at my house, I'm like, oh, I could hear it tick. But yeah, nope, there is a battery in there. I think it was just a AA battery. So thank you, Mystical Fairy. So Barbara asked, what spray sealer did I use for my Christmas cards? I actually also used the Krylon Glitter Blast on there. I bought like, at some point, like that goes up and down in prices all the time. So at some point it went down in price a lot. So I think I buy 4 bottles. I've already used one up. But I think, I bought 4 bottles. I've already used one up. But you've seen how many keychains I've done recently, so. And I used it on my Christmas cards. I actually tried using, for one set of my Christmas cards, I tried using a liquid sealer. I used the Liquitex one, and it looks actually pretty good, the Liquitex sealer. Or no, wait, did I use, no, I used the Liquitex. It's just, since it's paper, after it dried, it kind of stuck onto my cardboard that I was sealing on top of. So I unfortunately did lose a little bit of the back because it got stuck on the cardboard. So the spray sealer at least did not do that. But I only did 1 layer of the spray sealer, so it's not enough to completely seal it, but it was enough to not make the other parts not sticky, because that was my main problem with doing these partial diamond paintings, is that the parts that were not diamond painted, like the stuff around the parts that you were supposed to diamond paint, sometimes they would be sticky. And you can't just cut it out like in normal diamond painting. So it's pretty much why you pretty much have to kind of seal these partials, unless you're planning to put it away, you know, and not have it be used complete, like put it away under some plastic or something, because yeah, they don't get completely, they're still 644. They can be still sticky around the parts with the edge, with the diamond paintings, the drills, because yeah, partial. So you're not completely covering it. So now it's this one. I'm off. It's that one. All right. So thank you, Barbara. Rita Wilson asks, so if you have to watch your orientation on square drills, are they not actually square? Maybe I said it wrong, but you do kind of have to watch how the drills are, because round drills have no sides. Well, there's an infinite amount of sides, right? Because round is just circles, so it doesn't matter which orientation you put it in. While squares, since they're square, you could only put them in 4 different ways. You know, you can't put them, but you can't put them diagonally. So you do kind of have to watch how the drills are, because if you put it in like diagonal, like where it's diamond shape, it won't fit, but if you put it in that way. But there's really only 4 orientations for the squares. Now, like if you were doing like the specials and you were doing the teardrops, there's only one way you could put the drills, because there's only one direction the teardrops can go. Squares have at least 4, but you still have to have them be like perpendicular and parallel to each other. So there is an orientation. So I'm not, yeah. So you do kind of have to pay attention how you put them in, because like I said, rounds have no sides. So you could just put them in without really caring what direction the drill is, because the drills have really no sides. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe, yeah. This is why I'm not a teacher. Who knows about my skill in explaining things. So thank you, Rita. Gail asked, how is the baby and your sister doing? Well, I did say my niece just had her 5-month birthday, if that's right. 5 months. And the last time I visited, I'm gonna go visit this coming weekend. So the last time I visited, she was doing very well. She can hold her head up now, which is great, because when the baby can't hold their head up, I feel like you're just gonna break their neck just by they're just gonna break their neck just by existing. But my brother-in-law has started work again, so a lot of the care has gone pretty much to my sister, because she's still on maternity leave. But I think she goes back in October, so her maternity leave is slowly dwindling. All right. Thanks, Gail. Last question, because this is all I have left. So from Lotta from Sweden. Hi, Lotta from Sweden. Glad you're enjoying the WIP and chats. And how much do you diamond paint every week? I probably diamond paint way too much. I diamond paint almost every day. Most of the time, if I'm home, I will diamond paint at least a little bit that day. Unless if I'm home, I will diamond paint that day. So I probably diamond paint about 3 hours a day. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how much time I have. So per week, I don't know, that's like, let's say If we do 3 hours a day for 7 days a week, that would be what, like 21 hours? That sounds about right, maybe. So yes, I diamond paint a lot. It's my, like, I diamond paint actually, like, this week. It was just, like, just so much going on at work. It was just super stressful that I would just go home, and this is also why I have not been answering folks' messages. I apologize. But I would go home and I'd just be like, I'd eat dinner and then I'd just like, I want to just diamond paint. So, and I did record Monday and Tuesday, the WIP chats, but I would just go home and I just want to turn my brain off and just diamond paint. And the diamond painting does help me turn my brain off, because sometimes that's what you need, to turn your brain off. And that's the primary reason I got into this hobby. Was I started it during it was my quarantine hobby, and it was really good to keep my mind occupied during that time, because yeah, a large amount of that time I do live by myself, so a large amount of that time was just pretty much me by myself talking to myself. So it was really, really helpful in keeping me busy during that time. And it's continued to be helpful because I am in a different role at work, so it's been a little bit of a stressful time, a little bit of a stressful time, so it's been really helpful. So sometimes I just get home and I just would want to diamond paint, turn my brain off. Okay, I have an extra thing here that's not diamond painted, that, so 1, 2, 1, so 1, 2, okay, that's just black. I must have just missed it, or it fell out. Just trying to figure out what it is from the pattern. Alright, so I am finished. It only took me 58 minutes to do this one section here, because it was a lot more color blocky here. Alright, so there is, I was gonna be like, let me show you the whole thing, possibly, because I might take a break from this one. So there is how much I've done so far. Now you can see all the stuff I have on my table when I'm zoomed into that portion. So yeah, here is 47.66% of the diamond painting done, of the pattern at least done. I think it's turning out really, really nice. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I do have sprinklings of ABs in certain sections, and I actually am very happy of my random choices. Well, they weren't really random, it was just more like, which of these drills do I have the AB for? And then I would click it onto the whole pattern and I'd just be like, see where it is. And I think it's been working out okay. I think this is turning out really nice. I kind of really like this, the differences in the colors of the trunks, because it kind of gives it perspective, so you know this is going farther in and things like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to move you down so I can press stop on the camera. So thank you for keeping me company while I diamond painted this section, and I'll see you in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and happy diamond painting. Bye!